Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, and today I'm going to be telling you why the humble kit lens may just be the best lens for your Sony APS-C camera, and trust me, you'll want to stick around for this one. So not long ago I went on a trip for about a month exploring Europe, and throughout most of the trip the kit lens was actually my go-to. And let me tell you, it was one of the best decisions I ended up making. First of all, let's address the negatives, and honestly I did not experience too many when using this lens. Starting off, autofocus, this lens is not the sharpest tool in the shed. A lot of my photos were 80 to 90% in focus, and obviously that leads to some blurry shots. But for the price of this lens and the fact that it comes with the camera, I'm really not surprised, and I can't complain too much about that. Second of all, optics. There is going to be chromatic aberration, lens flaring, all of those things, but honestly, half of that, in my experience, comes down to user error. So when I was using this lens, honestly, I wasn't being too careful. I was shooting in broad daylight, out in the sun, and with most lenses, you can expect to have those things. But obviously, when using this lens, they are a bit more pronounced. Now let's get on to the good stuff, and honestly there is a lot to love about this lens. So first off, I love the versatile focal range of this lens. It is a 16 to 50 millimeter lens, but on Sony APS-C that is about 24 to 70. So that means you can get some pretty nice landscape shots and something more zoomed in if you like to. Some of you may be saying, what about the competitor of this lens, which is the Sigma 2.8 lens, which I think is 18 to 50, and I'm not going to argue that is a superior lens in almost every way, but it is way more expensive. And let me ask you one question: can that lens do this, or this, and this? And this is what I love most about this lens. It can fit in your pocket with the camera attached to it, and that just made it so easy for me to use when I was traveling. I could literally put the entire camera in my bum bag, my jacket pocket, my pants pocket, if I really needed to, and having the camera on me at all times is the most important thing for photography. And to add to that, this lens is very low profile, so when you're in cities such as Paris, which I was in Paris, sorry if you're from Paris, but quite a dangerous city I would say, and I don't want to be carrying a big lens there. So with this on my camera, I was very low key and I could just hip fire photos around the city and not feel too sketched out that someone was going to come and take my camera. Also, the image quality of this lens isn't actually that bad. I know I touched on it earlier and said it wasn't that great, but honestly, if you get your shots in focus and with the right conditions, it's pretty good. I would say better than most of your standard iPhone cameras or any smartphone camera. And I'm sorry to say, if you can't get good photos with this lens, maybe you just need to work on your photography skills. And lastly, I feel like this is a nice added bonus, but this lens does have stabilization, which is good because my camera, the Sony a6400, does not have in-body image stabilization. So if you wanted to take videos with this, it will be a little bit more stable, nothing crazy, but it is a good added bonus. By using this lens, I was able to enjoy myself on holidays and be able to still capture the moment at any given time. And I think that is the most important part about this lens. And this is making me start to see the appeal of those high-end point-and-shoot cameras like the Ricoh GR and some Leica cameras, but I just wish they weren't that expensive. And there you have it. That's why I think the Sony APS-C kit lens is a top contender for some of the best lenses you can get for the Sony APS-C lineup. If you enjoyed this video, hit the thumbs up and subscribe, and please tell me in the comments your opinion on this lens. If you think it is as good as I say it is, or if you hate using this lens. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.